Hello, everyone. My name is Uriel Mesa, and I'm with KTSLiveCoaching.com. And I wanted to talk about a very uncomfortable subject, and that is victims. But before I go any further, I just wanted to say, please like, share, and subscribe to my video and my channel. This is how I build my community, and I'm here for you, and I'm here to serve. So anyway, let's go back to the main subject, victims. It is kind of, at least to me, a very uncomfortable subject to talk about because I used to identify probably the first 40 years of my life as a victim. Poor me, I'm the victim of my environment, the people, the economy, whatever. And I rarely, and I mean rarely, ever took responsibility for the things that have happened to me. Now that I am more empowered and I realize that what I've been doing to myself, I realize that I am probably 100%, if I were to be completely honest, 100%, I can say in charge, empowered, responsible for my life. Even the things that seem as though I had no control over. For example, like the car, if I had a car accident or if I had a health scare, even in a situation like that, I can ask myself, what was the payoff for you to allow yourself to get really sick and have to be hospitalized? Or what was the payoff for you to, when you had that car accident, what did you get out of it? And so once I get honest with myself, then I start to realize, yes, there was a payoff there. And that's probably why I subconsciously attracted that situation to me. Again, poor me, victim. I get to say that I was a victim of an event, and people came to my rescue, and that, again, that's how I live my life. So I'm curious, if I were to ask you, what do you get out of allowing yourself to be a victim or to tell the story to people around you that you are a victim of fill in the blank? I would venture to guess that a lot of you are somehow benefiting from this. So if you were to say, if you say to yourself that you're a victim, maybe that takes you off the hook so you don't have to make any decisions, or you don't have to take responsibility for the outcomes, or you don't even have to lift a finger anymore. You can just wait till things come to you and then you take action. But meanwhile, your life is passing you by and you're still doing the same thing over and over and over and over, allowing everyone else to live your life for you, or as I say sometimes, your paradigm for you. You don't get to make any decisions. You wait for things to come to you. And before you know it, you're 65 years old and you're still waiting. And then what happens is, because if you lived your life in that victim mentality, now you're really angry with life's circumstances and events. So if you're somebody that you are angry and bitter, maybe what that is, it's an indicator that it's time to move. It's time to get up from that fucking couch, start moving, start asking the questions. Why am I allowing myself to live this way? Now, if I were to be completely honest, what I had learned is that this is a type of conditioning that I had allowed to happen to me. Once I accepted that truth, at the time it was just a possibility, but now it's the truth that I allowed that to happen. I allowed that to be indoctrinated into my psyche. And I lived it. I wore that victim mentality like a badge of honor. Now, and I would venture to guess that a lot of you are doing the same thing. But you don't have to accept the poison anymore. If somebody hands you a hot pot, when I say hot, I mean like it's scalding hot. You can't hang on to it. But a lot of us, we hang on to it and it's causing damage. And we know that this isn't right, but yet we still hang on to it. I don't know if that's a good metaphor, but this is just what came to my mind. This is what we do. We allow ourselves to take that hot pot, or somebody's trying to give you poison, you take the poison. You don't have to do that. You can switch the script. So the thing that conditioned your mind, that told you you are a victim, is the same thing, the same process that you can change the new dialogue. And it goes from I'm a victim to I am fully aware, fully empowered of my own life. Everything that happens to me is because I made it happen. No matter how far-fetched, how ridiculous, how strange, I can't think of the word I want to say, but no matter what it is, you somehow consciously or subconsciously drew that event, drew those people to you. When you start to take responsibility for it and you say to yourself, if I did that, what else can I do? Because when you get that you're the one causing it, you can be the one to change it. So if you don't like where you're headed, start to be aware of the dialogue you've been telling yourself. This is one of the hardest things because the dialogue that is in your subconscious mind is just barely a whisper. But it's been there for decades. I guarantee it's been there for decades. And it's just playing again and again and again and again and again. It's basically the term I think that I've heard used is a neural pathway. Imagine if you were walking back and forth on a dirt road and you've been doing it for 40 years, how deep that pathway will become. It's the same way when you create your own neural pathway in your subconscious mind. So it's time for you to step out of that ditch and create a new neural pathway of what you want to become. Who do you want to become? You get to create your own life the way you want to see it, or the way you see it fit. Whatever. You get to create your own life. You know what I'm saying. And then the question is, what do you want? What do you want to do? When you can attach a meaning behind the thing that you want to do, it makes it even that much more powerful. And then, of course, you also want to attach an emotion to it as well. Because when you attach an emotion to something, it actually makes it happen even faster. So anyway, what's the main message here? You are not a victim. You are somebody that you put yourself here prior to you coming to this earth. This is what I say, is you were sent here by your maker. You were brought here to do great things. The only issue is you haven't figured out what it was, because you were basically that butterfly that got caught in a tornado. You're hanging on for dear life. But now that the storm's over, and I say the storm is over because now you figured out what has been happening, so the storm has calmed, and now you get to dust yourself off and figure out what you want to do. So anyway, I feel like I'm babbling. So again, my name is Uriel Mesa, and I'm with KTSLifeCoaching.com. And again, as always, it's a pleasure to serve you. Please comment below, like, subscribe, and share. And again, I will see you in my next video. Thank you.